Okay, let's begin.
Yes.
Your favorite international radio network, 94.3 Radio 1. My name is Annie, and on the show today, I have someone who's made it already very big. Well, music is his passion is not something I really need to say because you've heard it already in his single, the first one that kind of just blew every chart we know of across the world. I'm talking about the song Arcade. And so you know who I'm talking about again and who's on the show. It's Duncan Laurence. Duncan, it's so nice to have you on the show.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited about this.
56 billion views, tearing apart every chart that we know of. Global #1 viral hit on Spotify. I mean, come on, how are you dealing with all this?
Honestly, still not. It's such like every time I hear those numbers, every time we talk about it, it's just like overwhelming and so beautiful. I mean, it's so beautiful to see your music go all over the world and see people connect with it on such an emotional level. That's beautiful.
Wow. Now, it's not just people or a label that is pushing you for this. We know today's digital era, things have changed.
Mhm.
People have a voice. People pick
Yes.
the songs or music they really like. They're the ones who are actually, steering the boat over here going forward. And so it kind of gives you an even better feeling of what is going on in people's mind when you hear such numbers. So when it first happened, when you first hit, a chart somewhere in the world, because it's happened in multiple countries, tell me, what was the feeling like?
I mean, it was undescribable. Like you say, the support from people, like the listeners, the fans, rather than having the music industry pushing, is such a nice change for everyone because it gives power back to the people, which I'm all for.
Right.
So it really felt like that. At the same time, I was just like I said, just the only good word is just overwhelmed because this was my first single. This was a song that I literally wrote in my bedroom. I had no idea it was ever going to blow up like this. And it had a very special and personal meaning to me. So seeing that happen and actually hitting charts that I dreamed of ever, being close to, was just amazing. It was amazing.
Oh my God. So, since you've written this and since this has been very close to your heart, do you think people connected with it? Do you think there was this collective kind of an emotion that everybody may have been going through at the time when this song came out and they kind of instantly identified with it?
I think so, yeah, because I mean, the thing that you just said, like the people choose the song these days, it has to be for some kind of reason that is on an emotional level. So with this song, which is kind of a heartbreaking song, I hope like not all those billions of people went through this heartbreak because that would really make me really sad. But at the same time, I think staying as close to who you are, staying as true to who you are, and being open about your mental health or like your emotions and everything is something that really works and should work actually these days, because it's so important to share your emotions and to share and connect, and through sharing we connect with each other. So yeah, I really hope that is the big reason behind the success of this song.
Oh, that's beautiful, because I think every time you write a song and the time that people kind of connect with it, you feel you've done something right, or maybe you've done everything right, and you're riding on that wave right now. And that's when you also come out with the next single, which is called Electric Life. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Has it been an electrifying experience, apart from the fact that it has been overwhelming? The Arcade did so well. So then do you think it's that emotion that you're bringing out through Electric Life?
I think so, yes. I think because of the success of Arcade, it really made me feel that whatever I was doing was on the right path. And I stayed super close to my heart with writing Arcade. And I wanted to do that with creating the next album, the next world that I was going into. I always want to challenge myself as an artist, so I wanted to create something new. So I went back to my old roots, Elton John, Queen, the Beatles, and I combined that with that heartfelt emotion, a position
Right.
to write from. So yeah, that Electric Life is the first example, the first step into this new album that is coming beginning next year, and I'm super super excited to see all the reactions from people. They're loving it. I mean, that's all you can ask for as a musician. It's so so cool to see that happen.
Oh, it's a lovely song. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. And I might want to, in fact, I want to tell my listeners that it's available on every streaming platform. So if you still haven't
Yes.
hit it, gosh, you've got to take a look at Electric Life. Yeah, right away. Duncan Laurence is simply marvelous.
Thank you so much.
Duncan, speaking of some idols you've had and you've looked up to, you took names like Elton John and Queen,
Yes.
and have they always been influential in your lives? Your
Yes,
life?
my parents had a lot of vinyls. Like, they had a huge vinyl collection, and they always played Queen. Whenever my mom was cleaning the house, she always played Queen the loudest.
Aww.
So all the neighbors would be like, "Oh, okay, we get it. You're a fan of Queen." But I loved it as a kid. I also grew up with Elvis Presley a lot because my grandparents used to listen a lot to Elvis. There was just a lot of really like good, but like for most people now, a little older music. But
Yeah.
I've always been drawn to it because I feel like back in the days, people still dared to create art. They still took that extra step to
I have to
really
give that
put
to you.
their
Oh
heart
yes,
and
oh
soul
yes,
into
completely
it.
agree with it. Yeah,
Right? So, and
yeah.
that's what triggers me. I mean, like, that's what I want. That's why I lock myself up in a bubble to like create new music. That's why I take time and I spend love and effort, and I want to always take the next step. And people like Prince, Fleetwood Mac, David Bowie, they are great examples of always taking that next step and taking it super seriously, because we only got this chance once, and I want to really show the world who Duncan Laurence is.
Oh, I think you're doing a great job of it already.
Thank you.
Speaking of the kind of influence you've had, and you kind of, pointed out that back in the day, artists were so influenced themselves by what's happening
Yes.
around that they could emote it through music, and people instantly connected with it, whether it's the melody they choose to say it in
Yeah.
or sing it in, or what they wrote which resonated with everyone around.
Yeah.
There was a lot more of heart in it, is what you
Yeah.
rightly pointed out. So, and you're trying to bring that out in your music too. If you've
Yeah.
got to look at the overall music industry, do you think it's all going in that direction, or maybe sometimes it's just a little too fleeting and frivolous also?
I mean, I do have to admit that I don't listen to a lot of top 40 right now, because for me, it's like, it's sometimes a little bit of like copy paste, and that's what you get when you are in like a world where we are kind of like all we know is kind of based on trends and the new thing and the next thing and the next thing, and everyone wants a little piece of that. I've always been a little bit like, I love that for you, but it's not for me. So I've always been very drawn to artists that actually want to go against the mold and want to do something different. And I've always said to myself, I want to be like that. Every little vein in my body wants to be different than the rest. And I think it comes from being bullied a lot when I was younger, and already having that position of not really confirming with the rest around you. And right now, I just decided to take that feeling and use it as a strength rather than past traumatic experience. I'm just like, you know what? Thanks, bullies. Thanks for bullying me, because now I can actually show people that I am different and that I love being different.
Duncan, you're the poster boy, I must say again to my listeners, of someone who's been able to successfully transform what was a trauma, instead of having it affect your life negatively, but just kind of make it your strength. Not everybody is able to do it. I mean, we know what the pandemic did to all of us. We know how mental health scare became so much more real and came so close to us. We probably all of us went through it. Half of us didn't understand what it was, but half of them did, and it was really, really bad. You have been someone who has kind of stood up for it too. What do you want to tell the millennials, the Gen Zs today? What is it that they should hold on to?
I think they should always hold on to their authenticity. And this is a word that when you're young, you still need to explore and understand, and it takes a while, and just give it the time that it needs, because if you force authenticity, it's not authentic anymore. You need to take the time and the right pace, and it's your pace. You decide it. Just always remember that you decide your own pace, but never waste authenticity. Always flaunt it, because it's yours, and it's all we have in this world is just yourself. And that's all I can say to my millennials and Gen Zs out there. I mean, like, just do your thing. And I mean, these generations are very good at doing that already. So all I can say is keep doing it, because like you said, I've had a horrible time in the pandemic too. Like, I've had depressions, I've had panic attacks. I mean, it's been so much. All of a sudden, everything changed. So all we can really rely on is just our bodies, our minds, our souls, our hearts. We know that through everything, the heart, even if it gets super hard, we still have that. So hold on to it and be proud of it.
That's so nice. I guess we need to have a little bit of electric life in our lives these days, because that's really what this song is all about. What else does the song really stand for? I love the pace of the song.
Yeah, so I love the fact that you can really interpret this song in multiple ways. It can either be about like someone who passed away that you truly missed. That was my meaning behind it. I really wanted to write a song that I can perform and honor and thank the people that have been a part of my life, but that are not in it anymore. And it just made me feel so warm inside, just being able to perform that. But also there's also just like, electricity, electric life, just those words just trigger a sense of trying to make the best out of your life. And that's what I love about this song. I love that it's so positive and hopeful, and I hope that resonates with people.
Oh, it is. It's working its magic already.
Nice.
And if you're working on your album, you said already. So what can we expect from it? When can we expect it, Duncan? And so do you want to already spill more beans about it than you're allowed to?
So there's a lot of music coming your way. There is the album will be released in the beginning of next year, and in the meantime, I will release a couple of singles. So that means there will be a time span where there's a lot of singles coming. It's all going to be grabbing back to that era that I love so much, that inspired me so much back in the days of the 70s, early 70s, Rolling Stones, Beatles, everything that I talked about. But I really, really went back to a place where I think that I found Duncan again. It was a hard time in pandemic. I struggled a lot with like not listening to too many opinions and stuff, especially after the success of Arcade. And now I'm just like, no, I'm gonna do this. There's this flame inside of me that's burning, and I'm just ready to, spread it into the world. So that's what you can expect from album 2. Positive, uplifting, emotional, still raw, and very personal. So I'm very excited to share this.
That's really cool. We're very excited too. What about India? When can we have you in India?
So I've been calling my label and my management every single day to say, I want to go to India. I want to be there. I want to experience it. I want to go there. So we're working on it, and it looks like within the next months, I will be traveling.
Oh my God. What about India do you like? Have you been here before?
I have not been there before. I just love how colorful everything is, how the culture is so different from what I am used to growing up in, cheesy Netherlands. I mean, like, it's such a rainy old Netherlands. It's just such a difference. And I have to say that the only countries that I've been to before are kind of similar to that, and I would love to experience just something different, something else, to see more of the world. And I feel like India is such a great example of this beautiful culture that I want to explore and see, and just, just feel it all. That's what I want. So I'm very excited.
It is a vibrant, country
That's
with
what I love.
so many different languages. The number of
Yes.
languages you find in one single country is only India. There's nowhere else in the world that you'll find it.
It's
And I'm
so
sure,
crazy.
yeah, it's crazy. And so when you land here, I don't think you would want to leave this place very soon. And we can't wait for that to happen.
Oh, that makes me even more excited because like I said,
I
would
promise
love
you
to
that.
do
I promise
Yeah.
you that.
Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I just have quick fire round, which is like a few questions, quick questions. So very first question. Top 3 songs other than your songs that's on your personal playlist right now.
All My Heroes Are Dead by Leon. Here Comes the Sun, the Beatles.
Aww.
And like I'm an old soul. And,
I love it.
Let me see, which one would I pick? Oh no, what are you doing to me? I think right now I'm really listening to Come As You Are by Nirvana again. For some reason, I just love that song.
It makes a whole lot of sense. Come As You Are. It's in the title.
Come as you are. Yeah.
Totally. What annoys you the most in a person?
Wait.
Listen, I know you're all love, but come on.
I don't know.
Come on. Something that annoys you in people.
I don't know. I don't have a lot of those things. I don't really have annoying things.
God.
I think the most annoying thing is honestly like when people aren't able to step into someone else's shoes to actually see further than their own bubble. And that annoys me, you know, like when people like still think that certain jokes are funny and I'm like, no, it's 2022, you can't do that anymore. You know, like just those type of things where you're like, come on, you know, let's evolve a little. That.
What's your favorite beverage?
Beverage? I have to say it's Coke Zero. It's really bad because I drink it a little bit too much. But I love it so much.
Are you a morning or a night person?
Definitely night.
Oh. 2 places that you've ticked off your bucket list, or very recently that you've ticked off your bucket list.
Okay, so I ticked off Milan in Italy, which I really wanted to go to. It was beautiful. And I ticked off Chicago. It was a really, really beautiful city. The architecture is beautiful.
Yes, it is.
I love it.
Nice. So if I give you an option of going to the moon, visiting 50 countries, or going to a beach, which one would you choose and why?
Visiting the countries, because I love traveling. I love seeing like how people are there, how they live, what they do, what they eat, what they like, everything. So I'm very much of a person. So yeah, definitely that.
So cool. And what is it that you're looking forward to in the upcoming year?
I just want to feel everything, like the country, the culture, but also see the people that have been screaming arcade and hopefully electric life now, and just connect with them and thank them and say like, thank you so much for the support and for everything you're doing, because it's so amazing, the support that is coming from India, and I'm just so thankful. So that's what I really want, just to be there and thank everybody.
Oh my God, this has been amazing. Thank you so much for being
Thank you too for having me.
Beautiful soul with music that is so genuine, that is so honest. It touches a chord. It's just worked right, whether it's arcade and even electric life. So I'm looking forward to every other single that you're going to put out there in the coming days. And can't wait to have you here in India, Duncan.
Me too. I can't wait to be there. Thank you so much for taking the time, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
94.3 One World, your station. Radio 1.